All right, Kelby, welcome. Could you introduce yourself, please, to the audience? Tell us a little bit of what about what you do.
My name is Kelby Joseph. I'm the owner of KKO Productions. We're a production company that helps brands, small, medium, and enterprise, reach their goals through creative with video.
Okay, cool. Nice, thank you. So can you talk a little bit about your situation before working with us there, Kelby, and what kind of brought you to working with us?
Sure. So, as a video production company and one that kind of dips their toes in marketing, there's multiple ways to gain new clientele. You could spend a lot of time submitting yourself for RFPs and essentially getting nothing back, getting beaten by, major New York firms or LA firms. But for a small firm like us, where the team is fairly small and we're limited by major brand exposure, though we have that experience, but we're limited from, other companies that have way more connections. Gaining new clientele is very difficult. So I started looking for different opportunities and different ways to build our book of business. And I tried many different ways. Advertising, on social platforms, which is effective. Um, and cold email as well. And I got a chance to finally speak with Eric from Flow Lead. And I think the most important segment of our conversation was not what he said, but how he said it. I experimented with cold email several times in the past, and you might as well have just taken that money and thrown it, into the basket at the 3-point line. But everyone is confident until month three, where there's no signal and no results. But Eric was very, number one, consistent, and number two, very confident in what he could bring to the table. And though I took some time to think about it, I think his demeanor made me say, let me give these guys a shot, because no one, no one is that confident. And I think it was a great decision.
Okay, I appreciate those words, Kelby. I remember when we started work or not working together, but talking. Um, You mentioned, I think that you had already worked with a couple of other agencies. How was that like? What's kind of like the difference between those and what you've been experiencing with us?
The difference between working with Flowlead and working with other companies is actually very major. Number one, most companies lack the ability to be effective communicators. When you work with them, you kind of don't hear from them at all. Once you give them some money, hey, if you could write them, they might answer you in 2 or 3 days. And then the other part of it is they're not really selling you on the service of you building your business. They're selling you on join my school, school SKOOL, join our community, do the weekly call, just so they could tell you that when a lead comes in, you need to call them 15 seconds in. You need to talk to other business owners in your field. You need to do this and do that. They are telling you to do everything but build your business. And they're holding you on by a thread to make sure that you stay a part of the community, to make sure that you're continuously paying them. But after month one, two, or three, either no leads or bad leads are coming in, they don't make any adjustments. They just put the blame on you. Oh, you got to try harder, or you need to have a better offer, or you need to join our master sales call every Friday and every Monday for 3 hours. It gets to the
Yeah.
point where that's the job. But over here, I like the no BS approach. You just start getting to work and
Yeah.
Slack starts dinging. You got a meeting on this day, you got a meeting on this day, you got a meeting. And
Yeah.
that's how I like it. I don't want to join your school community. I don't want to do weekly calls. I don't want to do any of that. Just get to the money.
Okay. Awesome, Kelby. I appreciate that. And what can you tell me or tell the audience a little bit about that meeting quality and how that's been as well?
You know what? I'm excited to say that there was a progress and a process in working with Flow Lead. What that means is I think we both understood what our ICPs are from day one. However, what comes through at first isn't always perfect. And that's actually great because you get to learn about each other in the process. And that's where communication becomes important. I think in the beginning we did get leads, but the type of leads were just kind of okay. And me stating that was important because the flow lead team was able to adjust the messaging, adjust their target list to make sure that the next group of leads that came in were not only good, but they were people who were in the market searching for what I'm selling. And there was real opportunity and real money on the table. So, with that being said, I think um, it's not so much about how perfect you guys can be, it's how flexible you can be to make changes at the key times and to adjust when things are necessary, which you guys do very well.
Thank you. And last question here. Let's say someone is watching this, right? And they're kind of on the fence working with us. What is something you would tell them?
If you're on the fence of working with Flow Lead, I would say to jump over the fence. Now, I would say to do it wisely, to do it with theory and a system in mind. Understand that these guys do not do magic. They don't do magic, but they are a valuable system that will help you grow your business over time. So if you're a person who is just kind of jumping from strategy to strategy, this may actually be the thing to help you anchor into a long-term strategy that will bring in new looks and new eyeballs and new money, fresh money into your business. Now, if you're somebody who operates on long-term thinking, long-term strategy, this also is correct for you because they'll fall in line with you waking up every single day and just having a new opportunity in Slack, having a new opportunity in your CRM. That's what I would say. But make sure you approach it with those mentalities in mind in order for you to win big because Flow Lead is not a short term partnership. It is an extension of your business and it should be one that you expect to work with for a long time.